striker, yeah. Let me just hear from
Yeah, I just wanted to come on very shortly, because I saw that you were on this topic. I listened to the interview. That's the first thing I did this morning. Somebody sent me the link, and once I woke up, I saw this thing. I was like, okay, while I'm preparing for my day, let me just put my earpiece in and just be listening to the interview. And you guys know me now. I'm a champion for the Super Falcons. I love the ladies. I have many friends on the squad. I always support them, want them to do well. But after listening to that interview, I have zero faith that we're going to do anything significant in that tournament. I have zero faith. Every hope that I had for the tournament has gone down the drain. The only thing I'm happy now is that at least they are going to make 30K each. That's the only thing that I'm happy about. Dollars. Other than that, like the NFF, somebody will message me after this and say I'm a troublemaker. But the NFF is very obvious that they are a terribly run organization. Yeah. They are a sham of an organization. We have people that don't look out for Nigeria's best interest in that organization. There should be, I understand that you can be a corrupt person. I understand. But at the end of the day, you would assume that your ultimate goal would be that whatever position you are in, you are at least doing your job very well at a high level. But it doesn't appear that these guys care about that. All they care about is their own personal interest. I have some quotes that I'm going to post from this thing on my page later today from the interview that I was taking note of. But the first thing the guy started with from the very beginning of the interview, he said it that unfortunately there's been no support from the NFF and we're not prepared the way we need to be. They cancelled camp that was supposed to. Originally, the plan was supposed to be 10 to 12 days camp in Nigeria, travel to Australia, do another 10 to 15 days camp in Australia before the tournament. But no, they cancelled the camp in Nigeria. It's straight to Australia. The coach, the same thing as Mitlai and I have been asking about, that why did we not release a provisional list? Because every other country dropped a list of about 30 players, then they will cut it down to the final 23. It's because they cancelled the camp that they told the coach, no, you must pick your final 23 immediately. No. So he said that his original plan was to call more players so that he can see all of them and assess them properly and know who to pick. But since they said no, he must pick a team immediately, he said he just had to go with the people that were in the last camp, essentially. Because how else is he going to assess somebody that he has not seen in the past 4 months? So he just had to pick the people that were in the last camp. He even said it that to him it's so damning that we have less days than a college preseason to prepare for a World Cup. It's like we have less days than a college preseason to prepare for a World Cup. And Nigerian fans, we always want to win. We always want the best. If the players go there now, they don't do well, people will start insulting them that, they're just doing fine girl, this one, that one. But how do you expect these players to perform at any reasonable level when they have terrible situations around them?
Talk about the issue of holiday and not even being fit. Again, you mentioned that that's
the issue of what?
Most of them now.
Yes. So like you said, players. The season has ended for some players since May. The season ended for some players in June. Other than the American girls who are still in the middle of their season, and I think Russia as well is in the middle of their season, and their season is just about ended. Other than that, some of these players have not played football in a whole month. So,
question.
Yeah.
Do they pay them as much as the guys?
Nothing close to the guys. Someone like Osimhen is making 120K a week. That's more than 90% of the players on the squad don't even make that in a year. So you can imagine the disparity is crazy. And it's like players have not played in months, but they don't have camp to prepare. They don't have time to get back to their level of fitness. So essentially, I know some of the players, yes, they've been working on themselves, while on holiday, just trying to stay fit. But essentially, if the player is not a disciplined player on her own, she's going to go to the World Cup with pot belly. Or she'll go to the World Cup, it's not even just pot belly, but lack of match fitness, if she's not staying diligent by herself. Because players usually use the camp to prepare themselves to get into shape, to get into the highest level before a tournament like that. like I said, the issue of the what's the ultimatum that they gave him. He said it after the game against Morocco when we lost on penalties. The players had not been paid, so they boycotted training after in the WAFCON. The players boycotted training. They said they're not training for 2 days unless NFF pays them. So somebody from NFF flew down to Morocco, settled them with a little money, not the full money, but settled them with a little something just to appease them. And then apparently, Toshko Oluwehi spoke to the federation, to whoever the representative was there, and said, she said I'm not a child, which
Anyway,
rightfully not she is. Sorry, she said I've been in this system since youth level all the way to first team football that I'm playing right now. I'm not a child. You cannot keep telling me these same lies over and over again and expect me to just believe it and take it. Things have to be done properly. Then after that, the federation banned her. They said, okay, how can you call us out? How can you talk to us like that? Oh yeah, don't call her again. Then they started asking him to call players from Nigeria that he does not know, that he has never seen. And he said even the things that he saw about them, he did not think that they are good enough. But NFF said, no, you must call them. Because they are the organs, so they can do whatever they want. Then they now said that if she wants to come back, she has to write an apology letter, which obviously we know this is the same thing that they did to Desire in the past. It's a shame. It's a shame. The fact that people are asking for things to be done properly, and then you hold them hostage, you hold their careers hostage unless they apologize to you because boss or guy. And you can see this thing in all levels of the NFF. I mean, I don't even know much about the current NFF president, but the former NFF president, we saw it. Even when he's talking to the Super Eagles, he'll be saying, my boys, my children, as if he's the owner of the Super Eagles. That's the way he used to talk. My boys, these are my children. These are my boys. This thing. And unfortunately, because of the way the Nigerian system is set up, you still see these players, they'll still be bowing to him. They'll still be showing him that respect that he does not deserve. You see the captain will come, he'll talk, they'll big up the NFF, he'll big up this thing. When everybody, including those players, know that things are not good, but they'll be using the players to save face. In this, back to the Randy Waldrum interview, Randy Waldrum now said, no, I'm taking the players that I want. He now put it down on them that, okay, he now put it down on them that this is my team. According to my contract, I'm the one that picks my team. He stamped his foot down and said, no, according to my contract, I'm the one that picks my team. So I'm going to pick who I want and not anybody else. What's the next thing they say? Okay, if you want to pick your team, then your assistant cannot go. Your assistant, it's just a power play. It's just a show of power. Oh, I'm the boss. I'm the guy. So now he's going to go to the World Cup without his number one assistant. Then they will now give him a bunch of people from Nigeria.
They have been calling them. Talk about that. I've been calling them. They're not picking calls again.
Yeah, he said that he has been emailing them, calling them for almost a month now. They're not answering his calls. They're not answering his emails. So he's now going to go to the World Cup without number one assistant. They will give him some people from Nigeria that maybe they know the job, maybe they don't know. Who knows? But the important thing is that he doesn't have that relationship with them. He doesn't know how to work with them. We all know this in football. We see it. Coaches all around the world, club coaches, national team coaches, they have their people that whichever job they are going to, they take those people along because they have the relationship with them, because they know how to work together. We see it all over all the levels of football. But Nigeria, no, we'll give you who is going to be assistant. Let the assistant to go and experience Australia. Let them travel. Let them have stamp on their passport. Let them have some money as well. It's such a shame. Like the interview was I think about 30-something minutes long. I listened to the whole thing. I was just like, we have no hope. Even the coach said it himself that if not for the players, he wouldn't even be going to this World Cup. That he said that he does not even feel like going again. He said he does not even feel like going again. But it's just that he cannot let his players down. He said that for the assistant coach that are not allowing to come, that he feels like he's even betraying her a little bit to go and she gets left behind when it's something that they were in together. It's just a shame the way we do things in Nigeria, the way we do things at the NFF. Our football has obviously been going down, We have the toughest
This
group at the
a new
Women's
low.
World Cup. Everybody knows we have the toughest group. We all know this. And the way it is now, I just believe that we're going to go there. We're going to come back with 0 points, and people will still come and insult the players. People will come and complain. But the way things are set up, we're set up for failure. That's the honest truth. We are set up for failure.
Mm.
Shame on the NFF. Shame on all the people that are hamstringing the team the way they are. I know that the players are resuming camp today in Abuja, but it's not really camp. It's just get together so that we can travel. It is a shame, honestly. There's not too much that can be said except that I just wish the players all the best. Any player that can go there and at least show herself a little bit to the world, she should just try and do her best. But I honestly, if we win one game, even myself, I can even send all the players money, because if we win one game, I'll be extremely, extremely, extremely surprised. I'll be extremely surprised if we win a single game. In fact, if we draw one game, I'll be
But
surprised.
let me just I know that you are preparing for work quickly now. Let me just ask you this question. Based on what they did to him and everything like that, interfering in his job, do you think that he can take it up against the NFF?
Who can take it up?
Randy.
I mean, like, what does he want to take up? After this World Cup, he's just going to leave the job and go and focus on his life.
But even said within service now, if NFF is service now, they defeat the sack up before you go.
Yes, now.
I mean, it's possible.
They can sack him.
They can say they want to sack him before they travel to Australia.
They just say Edwin will come to the game go or Olowokere, you just go. Yeah, go do him.
No, it's a shame. Like I have no faith in the NFF. I love the players so much. I believe in their ability. We have talented players. But again, even talented players need the right system around them, need the right setup around them in order to prosper, in order to fulfill their potential. And unfortunately, not only are the NFF not helping them, in fact, they are making them worse. It's one thing to even not help. At least, okay, just give us the basics. But no, they are doing everything that they can to make sure that we don't succeed.